Were the Crusades truly a holy mission, or was it a blood-soaked cover for conquest and power? Why did thousands of knights march to the Holy Land in the name of God, only to leave a trail of destruction and massacre behind them? What if I told you that some of the most brutal acts in history were justified by religion itself? For nearly 200 years, the Crusades ravaged the Mediterranean, sold as a divine cause. But behind the glory and holy purpose, there was something much darker at play. This is the story of how a religious war became a campaign of conquest and how history has been shaped by those very contradictions. The First Crusade was called in 1095 by Pope Urban II, who promised eternal salvation for anyone who took up arms to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control. It was pitched as a holy mission, an act of piety. But the knights who joined weren't just fighting for salvation. They were after land, riches, and political power. The result? A bloody campaign marked by massacres that left no distinction between the innocent and the guilty. The Siege of Jerusalem in 1099 stands as one of the most horrific chapters in the Crusades. As the Christian knights breached the city, they slaughtered not just the Muslims but Jews and even Christians who didn't follow the right sect. Was this divine retribution, or the wanton destruction of a city for the spoils of war? Fast forward to the Fourth Crusade in 1204. Instead of fighting Muslims, the Crusaders turned their swords on their fellow Christians in Constantinople, looting the city, burning churches, and committing atrocities. Were they still fighting for God? Or was this a case of greed masked as divine will? The Crusades didn't just kill on the battlefield. They set the stage for the horrific persecution of heretics. The Qatar Crusade in the early 1200s saw entire villages wiped out because the Catholic Church declared their beliefs heretical. Was this truly a war to protect Christianity, or an act of violent control over anyone who didn't agree with the Church's version of truth? From massacres in Jerusalem to the fall of Constantinople, the Crusades forever altered the course of history. But were they really about faith and redemption, or were they a politically motivated grab for land and power? The truth may shock you. The Crusades left a legacy of violence wrapped in religious justification. They were sold as a holy mission, but in the end, they were marked by conquest, greed, and unspeakable acts. If you found this story eye-opening, like, comment, and subscribe for more hidden truths from history's darkest chapters.